Hello everyone. Okay, so for my sample screencast, I'm going to teach you all how to make some homemade bread. So this is my presentation, make your own bread. This recipe is for beginners. I've made it with my mom before. It's super easy. It takes about 30 minutes to bake, and the whole process is almost 3 hours, which can look kind of overwhelming, but it's just because it has to sit out for a little bit. Okay, the ingredients, you'll need this is to make 2 loaves of bread. You'll need 3 cups of water, 2 packages of yeast, 1.5 tablespoons of coarse salt, and 6.5 cups of flour. For the yeast, you can find it in the baking aisle at the grocery store. They usually come in little packages. They're super easy to use and buy. And then the salt, it just needs to be a little bit thicker than table salt that you would, season your food with. Okay, so the first step, you're going to mix water, yeast, and salt in a large bowl, and then you're going to stir until the yeast dissolves into the water. So you just want to make sure that all the yeast is kind of broken up and mixed together, because sometimes it'll clump together, so just make sure it's all stirred in. Add the flour to the water mixture. This will make the dough consistency, so it'll get really thick, but you just have to keep stirring and make sure it's all mixed together. After you have the dough, you're going to cover it with plastic wrap just in the bowl. You don't have to put the plastic wrap on the dough, just over it. And then you're just going to set it aside for about 2 hours. So that's where the extra time comes in. And just set it on the counter and wait until it's risen a little bit. And that usually takes about 2 hours. So once your dough seems like it's ready to be baked, you're going to preheat your oven to about 425 degrees. And then you're going to take a cookie sheet and spray the cooking spray on there so that your dough doesn't stick to it. And then just as an extra precaution, you're going to put some flour, or you can do you can do cornmeal, there we go, just lightly on the bottom of your pan, just so the dough, once it bakes, doesn't stick to the pan also. You're going to divide your big dough in half so that it creates 2 loaves and put it on the cookie sheet. And then you're going to place a jelly roll pan on the bottom rack of the oven with 1 cup of hot water in it. So I put a picture here of what a jelly roll pan is. It's basically a cookie sheet, but it has sides on it. And that will keep the dough from burning. So then place the cookie sheet with the dough on it on the top rack and bake for about 25 to 30 minutes until it's like a perfect golden brown. And then you can enjoy it. My family likes to make it when we have soup, and we'll dip it into our soup, or it's really good for sandwiches. I know that when it's in our house, it goes really fast. It doesn't last long. But that's it. That's as easy as it is. So hopefully you can use this.